All right, so today, earlier on today, a video was released um, on a video of the Honest. So the Honest Bunch podcast, they're back for their sixth season, I think, and they had the pleasure of hosting Labour Party candidate from the last presidential election cycle in Nigeria. That's Mr. Peter Obi. And I listened to all of it. He had a lot to say. But I wanted to play a little bit. I'm going to play a little bit of highlight here, particularly with respect to his opinion around night vigils and turning night vigils to night shift in Nigeria. A lot of people didn't like that, but let me play that and then we'll talk about it in a second. Listen to this. Let's see.
In Nigeria, because we can't continue like this. We can't continue to breed poverty. That's not that's not leadership. We can't continue to breed poverty. We'll become one of the most insecure, terrorized country of the world. We live largely in a very unproductive society. Nigeria is not producing anything. The only thing that's why the only thing that is attractive here is politics and church. You need to dismantle it. And we're going to turn night vigil into night shift. So people can be productive. We're not saying you shouldn't go to church. I go to church, I believe in God.
Yes.
But we cannot have people Monday to Friday be in church morning and night. No. Anybody who tells you that you got unlocked from praying should be arrested. You are telling somebody some money, simple. So if you go to hospital, it's tight. If you help poor people, it's tight. If you give it to church, it's tight. But God can bless hard work. God can bless productivity. God can bless an industry. God cannot bless somebody who is sleeping. The most important part of education is basic education. Those who change the world, most of them didn't have opportunity of having a tertiary education. I've never imagined I will ever get involved in politics.
Oh, wow.
Of course, as you know, I was the youngest chairman of a bank ever in Nigeria.
Yes.
So at my young age, I was the director of 2-3 banks. So no matter what my wife do today, I can't submarine her. And I can't separate with her. Whatever she like, let her do. Because what is she going to do that will offend me?
All right. So
your child needs these
sorry about
three
that.
factors to get into.
This thing is paying a little bit of bill. Okay, back to it.
Maybe have an affair. It's her business. It's not to me.
He said if his wife has an affair, that's her business. All right. So
Well, that is way overboard. But really, if you are not a controlling man, if you are not possessive and overly jealous, it shouldn't be your business, really. So, but again, if push comes to shove, how many of us will be able to sort that out? Yes.
Yeah.
But that on the side, I know that that may not be what he means for real, because he's a decent man and the wife also is decent, and I don't emphasize that. I would.
Yes, that's why he's talking like that.
Yeah, just a probable situation,
right?
And it has happened to so many households.
So he's making the point that's
really
the
valid.
worst that can happen. Yeah.
Yes, but that cannot really take the place of the serious business of nation building and making sure that we speak the truth to ourselves. Now, if anybody is picking on him for saying that church or mosque night vigils cannot and will never be a replacement for night shift. Of course, you know what night shift is talking about here. Remember when there was night shift club in Nigeria, where the ebullient governor Ken Olumese head forth in those days, way back in the late 80s and early 90s. People could go there like as a nightclub. Celebrities were brought on the stand, interviewed, and as a precursor to the coming of social media, tabloids and soft sell news magazines like Fame, like Prime People, and so on and so forth could go there and listen and source news information for the vast majority of their readers all over Nigeria as at that time. I think that is the context in which he evoked the talk of church never being equivalent of night shift. So the economic activity that should ordinarily be associated with night crawling, because the Bible itself condemns night crawling. And so now, under the guise of promoting some culture
are you saying he wasn't talking about actual church night video?
No, he's talking about that. But that should not be equivalent or replacement for the real economic productivity that is associated with real night clubs. That you get the point I'm making? That people should not resort to.
I get the point you're making. I'm trying to connect the dots here real quick. So I thought he was talking about night shift of as in actual factories working and people going to night shift to go work.
Part of that. But also the same people who would have shunned night crawling because the Bible says you shouldn't engage in that. Now they find a way of 7 days 247. You find them spending time in the church. And if you have been to Nigeria lately, you will be scandalized and disturbed emotionally. You will be traumatized there. Civil servants who should be in their offices working, you see them attending all kinds of programs, funny programs in the name of serving the Lord. That is not the hour for doing that. But you say you have a passion for serving God, but here you are breaking the law. You should be at your place of work at certain hours. But because the system has virtually collapsed, has shut down, is no longer productive. Even as remotely as we were removed from the hub of things in the major cities in those days when we were growing up, there were factories in our villages. In Ayedogwese, where I grew up, you find Elderson Nigeria Limited, butlers of Time Beverages, Time Cola, this and that. You find Premier Timber Industry at Bola, which is just 15 minutes away if you are riding your bicycle from Ayedogwese. These were industrial hubs. There were clusters of industry everywhere, and we knew the structure of things that pointed out to the fact that we were almost going to emerge to some developed stratum as a society. But all that is reversed now. It's not there. And so each time this guy comes out, it's almost like the voice of John the Baptist, the lonely voice, crying in the wilderness, restore what is been destroyed, straighten all crooked paths, make straight the recovery and what's it called? Make straight the path to recovery for African societies, particularly Nigeria. Nigeria can continue to pretend and patch things up and find ways of giving ad knocks to Peter Obi whenever he speaks. But understand that he strikes the right tone. The message registered. His messages registered. And for people who are thinking, maybe this is blasphemy or not, whoever thinks this is no, this is true talk. This is tough love. And they are the ones that need to search their conscience. They need to do serious soul searching right now and know that they may be the ones that are blaspheming the proper order that God would have wished at creation. We do not want to talk about the road not taken, but He is taking us there. We do not want to face up to the reality of how bad things are. He is making us to see, putting us up to us in the mirror. Do you like what you see? If you do not like it, then do something about it. This is the way I look at it. So Peter B again has scored a huge one concerning this.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm always going to be on the side of productivity as opposed to anything that's idon. Anyway, but
oh yeah, see,
so,
honestly, the word you have, the word, the Yoruba word that you have used there, that these people, they are one row, they are trying to stage magic, in the name of miracles, and the two are not alike. You saw it in Pharaohic Egypt. Moses was performing miracles. The sorcerers, the counselors to Egyptian Pharaoh were performing magic. The two is almost like mix of oil and water. It won't perfectly mix.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. Great. Thank you. Let us know what you think about that. I just want to wait for your commentaries in the comment area. Let us know. Join the conversations in the comment area. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We'll be right back.